Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Hobby Barn basement. It's been a while since I've put out anything for consumption. So, I'm going to start out today with look what has entered the shop. For those of you who have any interest, there has not been a lot of build information on this particular aircraft. Now, this is probably going to be the first in a small series of the assembly videos for this ARF aircraft from Hangar 9 from Horizon Hobbies for the OV-10 Bronco. I would like to put a couple of shout outs to one, Horizon and Ali for his excellent videos. I'd like to put out one to the RC Airmarshall for his assistance with some of the power setup for this in the radio section. And I would also like to put out a shout out to Adam Martin of Warbird Pilots for his exceptional detailed scale pilots that are going to be used in this project. Just a couple of quick things. If you decide to tackle this monster project, do not be surprised when it comes in two ridiculously sized boxes. They're about the size of a coffin. They're 6 feet long. They're 26 inches wide and 22 inches high. It takes a full-size pickup truck, and they come by freight. So do not be alarmed. I will caveat that with the fact that this plane is massive. You're going to see here as I pan, this is sitting on a 6-foot table. This is just some of the parts. As you can see, tail boom, the center section of the main wing. That's the horizontal section for the tail. And of course, the main section of the fuselage where a little pre-fit was done on one of the Warbird Pilots to get a little scale idea of it. So, 6 feet. It's a lot of plane, folks. So, moving on from that, this plane was incredibly well packaged. Take your time. There's a lot of stuff in there, but it's a big plane. It's got a big box, and this is just a small portion of what was in there. Everything came bubble wrapped, and then within a plastic contained sheet, all taped, well done. Considering how badly my box was beaten up from freight, I have not found any damage on any of the parts. It's masterfully covered. It basically is pre-weathered. See, there's very little to do. As you can see, as you look close, it already has nice lines on it. There's some of the surfaces have a little bit of hinging in it, and of course they're taped. I will mention, though, as a drawback, and it's very, very minor, that there are a few places where they tape the bubble wrap to the actual, it's like a vinyl covering, which is fantastic. But it leaves a little bit of a residue from the tape when you pull it up. Nothing that can't be rubbed off with a little bit of alcohol and some patience, but it does leave some residue. So be conscious of that when you're taking it apart. The next thing is, everything was just so well labeled, boxed. Everything was in an individual box. All the bits and bobs and parts. And the other part, as you buy, this was the kit that came with the landing gear. There is a control box that will come with that landing gear. It is in the nose gear landing gear box. So as you're going through and you're thinking, holy crap, it didn't come with it. Well, it did, I promise. It's there. You'll find all throughout this laser cut parts. Everything is incredibly well fitted. The glue joints are all solid. I've gone through this thing with a fine-tooth comb as I've gone. Every pre-drilled laser cut part is just exquisite. There's plywood where there needs to be. There's carbon fiber where there needs to be. Is a perfect example on the end of the tail section. Carbon fiber inserts. You've got your brass fittings. All this, that's plywood. That's 1/8 inch plywood. Or actually, that might even be 1/4 inch ply on the end of this. You have the heavy duty Hangar 9 or Dubro hinge, which is in there. I'm not going to pull it out, but those are 3/8 hinges, folks. They're solid. So as you're going through this kit, everything I have found in it is exceptional. Also, a standard size servo. They recommend the Horizon ones. I'm going to be using the high-tech 645 MGs, and I believe it's a 770 in the tail. I don't have it in front of me. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. I'll also be using Pulse 2S packs for the landing gear controller and for the power box setup that I'm going to be using. So look for future videos, folks, as I go. One more note on the servos, which is why I brought it up. I test fit. They literally drop in. A standard size servo just drops right in the slot. So very well thought out, very well designed. I can't say enough good. And for all of you who know, I'm a pissant channel. I have no affiliation to anybody. I don't have a dog in the hunt to anybody. I'm just telling you the way I see it, and what I see is truly, truly beautiful and exceptional. If anybody decides to tackle this, you're not going to be disappointed. Just make sure you've got a ton of space and you're ready for a huge plane. I'm excited to get this going and watch for future content. I haven't put out any F-14 specific related content recently, but there is a project underway that I'm going to be putting something out on here in the not too distant future. So stay tuned, folks, for the OV-10 Bronco from Hangar 9. I'll look to see you all soon.